Hey viewers, today I'm going to show you how to replace the cabin air filter in a 2013 Honda CRV. Now they recommend to replace this every 15,000 kilometers or so, or at least once a year. It's pretty easy to do, so if you can do it yourself, you can save a little bit of money. So this is the replacement that I bought. It's a Bosch Aeristo Premium APH07. I bought it from Amazon, but you can also get it from automotive parts and accessories retailers. Now it has an activated carbon layer, antibacteria, antivirus and anti-allergens. So most of the retailer sites, including Amazon, have a check where you enter your car details and it will tell you if the filter is compatible with your car or not. For some reason, Amazon's one thinks it's not, but I have already tried it and it does fit. You just need to make sure you rotate it the correct way. So let's take a look at the filter itself. So here is the filter. On one side it's a bluish color, and the other we have the gray carbon layer. Now it's 22.5 centimeters in this direction, and slightly longer, 23.4 going that way. And it's 2.9 centimeters thick. Now on one face, you get an airflow indicator with an arrow, and when you insert it, you need to make sure that it's pointing downwards. And that will become clearer when we install it. As I said, it's pretty easy to change. Much simpler if you've got two free hands, so I'll do my best while I'm recording. So the filter is located behind the glove box. So the first thing you want to do is empty it and then just open it up to this position. And what you're going to want to do is push in up the top here and on this side at the same time, and that will detach the glove box from the top part and it will drop down a little bit. So I'm just going to pause it while I do that. Alright, so I've done that part. I'll just show you, there's these notches up here, and when you push in, when you're pushing in, it just pulls it out from where it's connected up inside the dash there. Alright, once you've done that bit, there is another latch that you need to detach, and that's on side. So you can see this little kind of hook here, down here, and what you want to do is push it a little bit down and towards the front of the car. Now don't push up here, you may bend or break the mechanism there. There are these sort of grooves here so that you can put your finger in behind and your thumb in the front. And what you're going to want to do is push with your thumb more than anything. Try not to use too much force with your arm, because your follow through, you may hit your hand against something and hurt yourself. And as you do that, once it detaches, the glove box will drop a bit, so you may want to hold on to it with your other hand. I'm going to try to hold it with my fingers here. So a bit of a strong force. There you go, you heard the pop, and it's disconnected there, and you can see the glove box just drops down. And I'll just give you a quick look at that hook there. All right, and here is the filter compartment, this rectangle that runs all the way along here. Now there's a latch here that you just push in, and there's the same on the other side as well, easy to push in, and then that removes the cover. Okay, now I'll just try and do that one-handed. Push it in, I'll just hold on to it, push the other side, and the cover comes off. So there's our filter there. Now before you pull it out, you may want to put an old cloth or towel or something down here, just in case there's any debris that falls down inside there. Mine was fairly clean, I've already taken it out before. And then you just slide it out. It's pretty easy. Just slide it out like this, and there you have this is the old filter. Just for reference, in case you can't find the Bosch one, this is a Westville, there it is, WACF 5302. It would have been installed by the mechanic at one of the services a few years ago, so it's time to replace it. All right, it's pretty much the same dimensions as the replacement that I've bought. Now, because one side is longer than the other, I want to put it with the lines going across, right? Because the compartment is a bit wider than it is deeper. All right. If I put it in this way, it would stick out too much and I won't be able to get the cover on. So again, you want the arrow pointing down. In my case, as with that Westfield one as well, I need to put it this way rather than this way. All right, it's pretty easy to slot it in when you got two hands free. So you just slot it in, push it in as far as it goes. It will stick out a little bit, but that is fine because the cover has a recess. See if I can get the flash to come on. There it is. So it's in, it sticks out just a little bit, but that is perfectly fine. And now all I need to do is just replace the cover and it should just click in. There you go. Pretty simple, and it's done. All right, and then all you need to do is bring your cabinet back up. You can either need to get the latch out the way, so you can either try and do the latch first. Now this, it does move, extend in and out, so if you're trying to get it in behind and you can't, just push it up a bit and you can get the hook in behind there. All right, just put it in behind and then click it in. That's done, and then just pop your cabinet up again and that locks it in. It's all finished. All right, done. Hope you found this useful. If you did, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on my other videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.